I don't think I've ever met somebody in my entire life that doesn't love dumplings. We are very lucky today to be joined by Lucy Chen from Mr Chen's Dumplings. Lucy, you've brought some dumplings in for us to try. I hope you've also brought your appetite in as well.
I'm starving and I'm super excited to be here to cook with you today.
Well, I'm excited because your dad started Mr Chen's.
Yes, he did. So Mr Chen is my dad, and he's always had a passion for food. So he always tells us stories from when he was really little about how much he loved food, and and that's always been through our growing up as well.
Yeah, well, I love anyone that loves food. I'm all about that. Love it. So I've come up with a recipe for crispy 5-spice pork dumplings with a salad. Now, everybody knows out there, if I can twist something into a salad, I will.
Yeah.
But I think the whole point of your dumplings is you can eat them as a snack, or of course you can turn them into a meal as well for the family to have at home.
Yeah, and if you can't be bothered, you can just have them with like 2-minute noodles or anything really. So
lady after my own heart. Dumplings ready to go in 2-minute noodles. All right, Lucy, I think you would know how to cook these dumplings better than anybody. So we're going to start off the recipe. And I believe these dumplings, you can cook them a few different ways. We can do them pot sticker style, you can steam them or boil them. But I think for this salad, I think that pot sticker, kind of crispy outside and soft on the inside, is going to be good. So Lucy, I'm going to pass these over to you to cook, of course. Now we've got some extra virgin olive oil in a little pot here, heating up for our dressing. I think one of my favourite things with dumplings is like a hot chilli oil dressing. So we're going to do something similar, just like a salad dressing, but with that kind of hot chilli oil to it.
Yep.
So Lucy, we're using the 5-spice pork today. I've got cabbage in my salad, and I think pork and cabbage are a great combination. But who comes up with all your flavours for the dumplings? Is it, Dad's old recipes, or do you get to kind of add some new things into them?
Yeah, so I think Dad makes a lot of the recipes, but we do kind of add our own kind of twist to things as well. Growing up in Australia, I think we're able to do that with some of the Asian flavours.
Yeah. So a lot of them, you've got lots of new flavours coming in. I've seen ones with truffles in them.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. We're launching a new range, and I think what's really good about the range is, well, my husband's vegetarian, so he's happy because there's a mushroom one that we're launching, and then we've got a wagyu beef one and also a 5-spice as well.
All right.
Yeah, and I think Dad's really happy about the wagyu one because he's been a wagyu fan from way back. He loves his wagyu.
It sounds like there's something for everyone in the range there. So your dad started the company. How long has it been going for?
So my dad turned 80 this year, and also the company turned 40 this year. So it's actually a big year for us, and we're celebrating our 40th birthday this year.
All right,
yeah.
Wow. So he started the business when he was 40?
Yeah, so Mum and Dad came from Vietnam as refugees.
Yeah.
And so they came to Australia with nothing, and they really worked really hard, and Dad's always been passionate about food, as I said, and so he saved up enough money until he could start bringing things in from that we couldn't get here 40 years ago. So things like rice paper, fur, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, so that's how he started his business. And my sister and I took over the business about 7 years ago. And then we started making more things from Australia because, Australian ingredients, beef, pork, chicken, it's so amazing here that, that we kind of brought our own touch to things.
Yeah. I think it kind of makes it, I guess, accessible to everyone as well. That's a really great story.
I might add the water to this as well so that you can just steam the
Beautiful. So crispy base on the dumplings, and then the water just helps steam them through?
Yeah, and cooks them through as well. So
super easy. Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
So I've got ginger and garlic grated up into the bowl. Classic Asian ingredients. I'm using some dried chilli flakes for my chilli oil. And I mean, this dressing you could just have with the dumplings if you wanted to, but obviously salad's making it, more of a thing you can put down for the whole family. So what's going to happen is all of the essential oils and the ginger and the garlic are going to come out when we put that hot oil on it, and beautiful red colour and obviously flavour from our dried chilli. So you can see our oil is nice and hot here. And you want to hear that really good sizzle with this. That is a good sound, isn't it, Lucy? So Lucy, someone that works with dumplings, and your dad started a dumpling company, what's your favourite way to eat the dumplings?
So, being Asian, I think we've always been used to kind of just eating dumplings like a big bowl. I know I can down something like 20.
I love that.
Yeah.
A bit of sugar into our dressing just to, whenever you've got, lots of hot things and kind of punchy flavours like chilli, a bit of sugar is great to kind of balance things up. You guys have lots of things in your range. I know you're saying Dad just started with dumplings, but you've got things like rice wine vinegar.
Yep.
Is this you? Is this you bringing in like the vinegars and other products?
So Dad's kind of focused more on the ethnic type products, and when my sister and I took over, we looked at more, things that everyone could enjoy, and also things that could use Australian ingredients and bring in different things. So
it's great. It's such a great story. I've got some of your soy sauce, so we're adding in some saltiness. So we've got sour from the rice wine vinegar, saltiness from this, and that is our dressing done. So I know, Lucy, you would just want to sit down with a bowl of these and this dipping sauce and go, I know. But look, for me, I love adding fresh ingredients in, and I think I'm one of 6 kids, so I know with my mum and dad, if they could stretch something out to feed 6 kids, they would. So this is probably why I cook like this. This is just, I guess, a way of stretching it out a little bit further and adding some freshness into it. So Lucy, for the salad, I've got some really typical Asian ingredients. Your vermicelli noodles. So did your dad bring his noodle recipe over from Vietnam? I know these are really popular in Vietnam.
Yeah, and I think, it's just easy to make. Like I said, what you're doing here, it's great because, if you have a family, everyone can just DIY and pick whatever ingredients they want and put the dumplings on top. So,
yeah, I love it. Some cabbage, because pork and cabbage are good friends. Something crunchy and fresh can go on. If you want to, Lucy, pop those cucumbers on for me. I'm going to slice up a red onion. I really like raw onion in particularly Asian salads. I think whenever I'm eating like a pho and you've got lots of that kind of sliced red onion on the top, I love that savoury hit. So we're going to just slice up a red onion very quickly. And if you want to pick for me some fresh mint leaves.
Will do.
That would be great. So coriander and mint I'm choosing for this salad, but any herbs could go in. Do you want to give that a toss, Lucy, with those tongs, just to kind of mix everything up? And while you're doing that, I've just got some peanuts. And I'm going to chop some peanuts onto the top of this. Just adds kind of that satay vibe, but you could put some sesame seeds or some Asian fried shallots, just something crispy and crunchy for the top.
So I think the dumpling's almost ready. All
right, they can go on. You could serve this separately, but I like to kind of. I'm a big platter girl. I'm going to scatter over our peanuts and our dressing. Very, very good smell in there. Rice wine vinegar. That chilli has kind of turned our oil a deep red colour. So I'm just going to drizzle this over the dumplings.
That looks amazing.
Looks good enough to eat, I reckon, doesn't it? All right, generously doused in our chilli dressing. Some coriander for the top, just to make it nice and pretty. So that's our salad, Lucy. I have absolutely loved having you in the kitchen with me today. It's been so lovely hearing the story of how your dad started Mr Chen's and, the stories of you from childhood with him. I think celebrating 40 years is, it's no mean feat having a business going that long in Australia. So congratulations on 40 years.
Thank you.
I know you're someone that just likes eating bowls of dumplings, but do you think we should find a spot out the back and I'll try and convert you with this salad?
Yep, sounds great.